Evening, council and staff. May I have a mover and seconder to call the meeting to order, please? I have councillors Fisher and Moore that the special meeting of the Council of the Township of Springwater of October 8th, 2025 come to order at 5 p.m. All those in favor? And that has carried. Councillor, any disclosures of pecuniary interest? Not seeing any. May I have a mover and seconder to receive the correspondence from Davies Howe LLP? Deputy Cabral and Councillor Alexander. And I will now turn to Deputy Cabral.
Thank you, Mayor Coghlan. This here particular opinion, I guess, that came to us, I know it was unsolicited. However, it does raise some questions, and it does also look like it alludes to the potential for litigation. I would like to have had this meeting so that we could discuss the document a little bit further. And my preference would be to see it go to our legal partner, I guess, in the boundary adjustment process that we've been going through, to have them, I guess, more or less peer reviewed or see what they think about that particular document to see whether or not we are opening ourselves up to any type of litigation, whether it's something that's not to be concerned about.
Thank you. Turn to other members of council for a comment. Councillor Fisher.
I'll keep it brief. I completely agree. I think that read this a few times, and I think the information is very pertinent and should be peer reviewed before we proceed. So I would actually like to see Lubster Nixon, because we've engaged them already, peer review this document.
Councillor Harwood.
Thank you, Mayor Coghlan. Through you to interim CEO Ainsworth, when it comes to strong mayors' powers and the legislation itself, I understand that this council has received advice from Mr. Mascaron in the past. I also understand Mr. Mascaron has also been a resource from a staff perspective. So would it be appropriate to also share this information, understanding there's an expense to every time that we go out to a legal opinion here? But if we're looking for an opinion on how and where strong mayor powers can or cannot be utilized, I would assume that we would want to go to the person that has not only taught this council, but from what I understand and from what I've researched, is considered the expert in the province. So is that something that Mr. Mascaron potentially could be open to?
CEO Ainsworth.
Thank you, Mayor Coghlan. That would be at the will of council. Should council wish to have Mr. Mascaron look at it as well, the request could be made of him.
Right. Sorry, Councillor Moore, did you? Yes, sorry, I skipped over you there. Councillor Moore.
Thank you. Thank you. Two questions, please, through you to CAO. Mr. Mascaron is no longer involved, as I understand it, as our integrity commissioner. And so I'm not sure if we have that ability, and you can clarify. I suppose we could engage any person, but I don't think that would be to our advantage at this stage. I think we only need one opinion. And I think that Mr. Annabelle has provided and is aware of the background nuances. He has all the technical data. He has all the history. He has all of the back and forth that's gone on for the last year and a half. So it would be my preference. And I think if we're looking for a reasonably quick turnaround, that he is the best person to provide that. I don't think that trying to have a new lawyer catch up on all of those details would be helpful and or timely. So that's my opinion on that. But my second opinion, please, if I may, if we're going to go this route of asking for some clarity in the documents we received, is it possible to reach out to Mr. Mullen to also take a look at those technical reports that came in? They outlined some interesting discrepancies that, again, I am not an engineer, but I would like our township engineer to please review and provide some feedback on those too. Thank you.
CEO Ainsworth, clarification on Mr. Mascaron's role as our legal and his role as the interim Integrity Commissioner.
Thank you, Mayor Coughlin. Yes, Mr. Mascarin acted as the township's integrity commissioner. At the last meeting, council appointed ADR Chambers. The appointment as integrity commissioner, as well as advising on any other legal matters, would be completely separate. That wouldn't have an effect on each other. As far as timing and whatnot, without having a conversation with somebody, I wouldn't be able to comment on a timely turnaround for that work.
Councillor Thompson.
Thank you, Mayor Coughlin. So through the chair to Deputy Mayor Cabral. So as you introduced this, you stated that this has the potential for litigation. Could you expand on that? And my understanding is that any meetings that we do discuss that could put this township in jeopardy of litigation are done in closed, not in open. So can you explain why this is being discussed in open?
Sure. This is
Deputy
being,
Cabral.
yes, through Mayor Coughlin. This is being discussed in open because I had conversation with Clerk Chaperone, and since this document's gone out to a number of different people, a plethora of people, to be quite honest with you. That's why it's in open. That's why it's being discussed right here, right now. So it's not a matter of litigation per se. I'm saying that this here letter concerns me to the point where I believe we need an opinion. I think the best person to provide that is the person that's been involved, has all of the documentation, everything that's gone on forward. I don't see any relevance in paying for a third opinion because this is the first one. So as I mentioned, I would be happy to see Loopstra Nixon. They have expertise apparently in it from my conversation with Clerk Ainsworth. And that's the reason why it's here. And also because of the short timeline, I'd like to see it move forward so that we can get some kind of response prior to next Wednesday's meeting. And in addition to that, I also too would like to know whether or not Joe Mullen was provided any additional information from the plenary because he sought some and we haven't heard anything else from Mr. Mullen. So I would be very interested to know if his questions were ever answered. So, yeah.
A follow-on.
Thank you, Deputy Mayor Cabral, and again through the chair to Deputy Mayor Cabral. I'm not sure who Clerk Chaperone is that you referred to. Is that someone I don't know or someone new or?
I apologize. It's someone that you'd never met before, but actually it's Clerk Ainsworth. Her name was Chaperone prior to
CAO Ainsworth. Okay.
CAO Ainsworth. So I
Okay,
do,
all right,
I do
now-
apologize for that. That was
Thank
a
you.
Freudian slip.
I get confused easily, obviously, Deputy Mayor Cabral. And again, I was just surprised because you led with the comment about litigation. So that does concern me.
At this time, I do have Councillor Fisher and Councillor Alexander hasn't had an opportunity yet. Councillor Alexander.
I'll just speak briefly. I think it's not only prudent, I think it's our duty to get a second legal opinion on this. I certainly don't want to be put in a situation where the township is getting sued. That's not where any of us, I don't think, would want to be. And given the strong mayor's powers are very new and there are, I don't know if anybody fully knows exactly how to use them or like the legality around it. So I think it absolutely we should be getting a second legal opinion to just understand exactly where we are because it's hard to move forward if what previously happened wasn't legal. That puts us in a whole other, it's a whole other situation. So I just I think we need to do our due diligence and know exactly legally where we stand. So
Councillor Fisher.
So I'll make it brief again. I think it's absolutely logical that Loopstra Nixon is the law firm we go to. It really shouldn't be any debate. They are up to speed, and I believe that they can also, in a timely fashion, because folks, time is of the essence here. This isn't something that's happening in 6 months. Also, too, I agree with Councillor Moore's sentiments that that Joe Mullen should be apprised of this as well. So I'd like his opinion as well as Loopstra Nixon's.
Thank you. Councillor Garwood.
Thank you, Mayor Coughlin. So just listening to some of the conversation around the table here, we've talked about, not understanding the strong mayor powers, it's new, et cetera. Again, I provided a recommendation with somebody who does know that, who is the As I read here online, John, Mr. Mascarin, has worked and has been instrumental in helping municipalities understand the implications of strong mayor powers. Again, he is the legal opinion who has taught this council how to understand. And understanding there are many questions and it is new. I can support the request if we also have Mr. Mascarin. We also don't know if Loopster and Nixon can have a timely turnaround. From what I understand, we don't have direct communication. So we could say that, but we have no idea if that's an actual reality, just as we wouldn't know if Mr. Mascarin would be able to provide comment in a timely manner. I do understand there is financial concern around this, but if the urgency of a special meeting at 5 o'clock the day before requires an opinion, I would think that this council wouldn't be too picky should there be further opinions provided. Understanding we are not asking for opinions on a boundary adjustment or annexation. We're asking for an opinion as to how provincial legislation can be used or not used for said boundary adjustment or annexation. So again, going to the folks that understand the legislation is going to put this council in a better position legally, if that is the concern moving forward. So my request is an amendment to also add in Mr. Mascarin. Thank you.
Before I do have final comment, I'll go to Deputy Cabral.
Thank you, Mayor Coughlin, and through you. While I do appreciate Councillor Garwood's points, I would suggest to him that Mr. Mascarin was one of many lawyers that were in a position to provide that type of training. I would also suggest to you that Loopster Nixon is quite capable of doing this. And if it's permissible, I'd like to reach out to Clerk CAO Ainsworth, because we did have a discussion briefly about whether or not the turnaround time would be adequate. I really don't see spending money twice. And I will be quite frank, I did reach out some time ago, not recently, this is back in May, with regards to a question regarding strong mayor powers, and it was not answered. I was not provided any kind of a response from Mr. Mascarin, even though he just finished doing his presentation to us. So to be quite frank, I have no desire to go there, but I would like to hear what we found out from Loopster Nixon, who have advised many folks about strong mayor powers too. And they have the entire background on exactly what the strong mayor powers are. And in addition to that, all of the documentation, and they've reviewed all of the information going forward, something that I would suggest to you, Mr. Mascarin, is not in a position to do in any kind of a relatively quick turnaround time.
CEO Ainsworth.
Thank you, Mayor Coughlin. Stemming from my conversation with the deputy mayor yesterday in crafting the agenda and his request for the meeting, he did mention Mr. Annabelle's name. So I did contact Mr. Annabelle, just knowing that it would be a tight turnaround. And he did advise that he could advise council prior to or in time for the October 15th meeting, and confirm that he has expertise and has advised previously regarding strong mayor's powers. I have not reached out to any other firm. I do not have a list of names. It would have to be researched on any other municipal experts. I do know Mr. Mascarin is considered a municipal expert in strong mayor's powers as well. But to provide any other names at this time, I wouldn't be able to. I know there are others. However, I just don't have them available to me.
Thank you. And my comments would be that in an abundance of caution, the debate here tonight should not be us seeking an opinion that we agree with. We should be seeking opinion. We have two lawyers that are available. We also have the province. I also believe that we need to signal the province and ask them to weigh in on this. To me, at the end of the day, they're the ones who have written the legislation and the ones that are going to determine whether or not strong mayors is appropriate in this case. So to suit all members of council and everything that I've heard here this evening, to have it advised that it be sent to Loopster Nixon, that it be sent to Mascarin, that it be sent to the province, and furthermore, to have our engineer review the technical portions. That covers everything. Councillor Alexander.
Thank you, Mayor Coughlin. I'm fine. If we want to send it to multiple people, that's fine. And I'm fine sending it to the province. I just don't want to, I'm interested in what the province has to say, again, given that it's such new legislation, it doesn't mean legally we are okay. The end of the day, I'm really interested in the opinions of the lawyers to ensure that whether the province says it's okay or not, I don't need us to get sued regardless, because that's how lawsuits work. They don't really, this is very new legislation. So as long as, but yeah, if we want to send it to both, we can send it to both.
Counselor Fisher.
My only concern with that is the timeline. I don't want this to be held up because of the province. If we are to move in that direction, I'm okay without it going to the province, quite honestly. I would like to have Lubster Nixon's opinion come back and sent to all members of council, directly to all members of council, in a timely fashion, and it sounds like they're able to facilitate that. I don't want to be held up by the province. I think that would be a big mistake.
And I think that as the opinions come back, if we don't hear from the province, we don't hear from them. It doesn't mean that we're gonna stifle any other communication based on that. I do have clerk or CA, you put it in my head now. CAO Ainsworth.
Thank you, Mayor Coughlin. I would just like to seek clarification regarding Mr. Mullen's role in the technical memos. So the technical memos were provided to Mr. Mullen. He was at the September 16th plenary session. So just to see what council is looking for from Mr. Mullen. Are they looking for him to review and provide his comments officially to council regarding those technical memos?
Counselor Moore.
Thank you. So my first comment is that I did reach out to Mr. Mascarin myself to answer the question for us. He wasn't able to provide me a response. So that could be because it was just me as Councillor Moore. But that I did try. And secondly, Mr. Mullen was at the meetings and he has the technical memos already. They've been circulated to him. What I'm looking for is really a peer review. And because there was certain discrepancies in the memos that we received this week versus the information we had received previously. So I am looking for him to provide an opinion on what he thinks with the new information.
Deputy Cabral.
Thank you, Mayor Collin, through you and in concert with Councillor Moore. There were questions that Mr. Mullen put forth that were going to be, he was going to be provided with additional detailed information to satisfy those questions. And those are the things that I would like to find out about, is whether he was provided with that information. Is it reflected in the data that was released recently? And if so, along with Councillor Moore's point, for him to have a look at it and maybe provide us with some insight on that, because those were unanswered issues. The second part is with respect to sending this out. If Mr. Mascarin isn't in a position to provide a response by the 15th, I really don't want to be paying for it. And the other piece is that immediately following this this meeting, I would ask for expediency in sending it out both to the province and whoever it's going to, so that they already have it in their mailbox come first thing in the morning. Thank you.
No, that's an excellent point. Clerk Marshall has been typing here. So this would be an amendment, and I would be looking for a mover and seconder. That council hereby requests a legal opinion from Lubster Nixon LLP, John Mascarin, and the province on the use of the Strong Mayor's powers for the Barrie Boundary Adjustment Proposal, and that Ainley be requested to provide council with a peer review on the technical memos recently received, and that the legal opinion be presented to council in closed session on October 15th, 2025, prior to the regular meeting. CEO Ainsworth.
Thank you, Mayor Coughlin. What staff will do regarding the information requested of Mr. Mullen, there is a report coming from staff regarding the Barrie Boundary Adjustment for the October 15th meeting. You will see that on the agenda being released tomorrow. We will add an appendix anticipating something from Mr. Mullen. However, it would probably, if he is able to complete it in time, would be added closer to the meeting date, potentially on the date of the meeting. So we will endeavor to do that and attach it to the Barrie Boundary Adjustment report.
Thank you for that. Mover and seconder for the amendment. Oh, sorry. Okay, sorry.
If I might, and I apologize for stepping in again, it's just in respect to this going to Mr. Mascarin and Mr. Annabelle. The strong mayor bylaws that have already been passed should also be going to them as well, so that they have something to at least review, because Mr. Mascarin is going to be on the short end of the stick because he doesn't have all of the information that, Mr. Annabelle obviously has. So I'm just thinking that might be worthwhile. Thank you.
Counselor Fisher?
Yeah, no, sorry, just point of clarification. So we're sending it to both lawyers? I was just on the impression we were sending it to Lubster Nixon. No, that's what we want? Okay. To the deputy mayor's point, if he can be brought up to speed in time, I guess that's okay.
So I'm a mover and seconder for the amendment. So I have Counselor Alexander and Counselor Garwood. So we're now voting on the amendment, council. All those in favor? And that has carried. And we will go back to the main motion as amended. Any further comments or questions on that? All those in favor? And that has carried. May I have a mover and seconder for the confirmation bylaw, please? Councillor Garwood and Deputy Cabral, that bylaw 2025-084 to confirm and adopt the proceedings of council at the special meeting held on October 8th, 2025 listed here and be signed and sealed by the mayor and clerk. All those in favor? That has carried. And adjournment, please. Councillors Thompson and Fisher, that the special meeting in the township of Springwater does now adjourn at 5:22 p.m. to meet again on regular session of October 15th at 6:30 p.m. All those in favor? And that has carried.